Warning! This video has the power to blow your mind. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining me today on the Moneybag 73 channel. We are covering the Hear What You Want phenomenon. I'm starting here on Maybe It's Mandela's channel. I got 2 or 3 of my examples from this channel. Rena has the ability to discover these just as good or better than anyone that I've come across since I've been aware of this incredible phenomenon that I actually found out because of the Mandela effect. I was making videos saying that something was different. People are saying they heard it this way, they heard it that way, they can hear it either way, they can flip it back and forth. So we're getting into this today. I have a playlist here on my channel. If you come to my channel, you go down to the bottom, there's a playlist. I mean, if you haven't heard the Grover F-bomb, you definitely want to check this out.
Move it to follow you.
Move the camera! Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea!
That sounds like an excellent idea, but if you want to hear Grover say the F-bomb, get ready for it.
All right, are you ready?
You.
Move the camera! Yes! Yes, that sounds like an excellent idea!
All right, that's pretty mind-blowing right there. So that always blows my mind. This here is one of the biggest mind blowers ever. You're ready for it. I mean, you can, all right. I stopped it too soon. This is actually what she's saying here in the song. I'm sorry, correction. She says paper chaser is what she's actually saying in the song, but you can hear like 4 or 5 different things. This one here is totally mind-blowing. All right, so anyway, I've got about 11 videos in my playlist here. If this is something that fascinates you, you're definitely going to want to come to the playlist and check some of these out. All right, so we're starting off with Matchbox 20. So get ready for this. If you want to feel like a boss, don't go anywhere because this is so incredible. All right, here we go.
But outside, it stopped raining.
All right, so if you just heard, but outside it stopped raining, get ready because now you're going to hear something totally different. Listen again, and if you didn't want it to stop raining, well, how about having it start raining? So listen, you're going to hear, but outside it starts raining. Ready?
Samantha sits on her doorway, but outside it stopped raining.
All right, so I can hear starts or I can hear stopped. So you can play it back, listen again. You can switch it back and forth. That's an incredible Hear What You Want example. We're moving on to You're So Vain. Let's check this out. Let's see what you hear here in the beginning of the song. All right, I just heard he walked into the party, but maybe I don't want to hear her sing he walked into the party. So let's say I want to hear her sing you walked into the party. So here we go.
You walked into the park.
All right, so if you initially heard you walked into the party, maybe there you heard he walked into the party. You can hear whatever you want. Just decide what you want. I mean, as we're waking up to the Mandela effect and hear what you want, we're learning that you can actually have things one way or another. This expansion of awareness that we're experiencing with the Mandela effect and then telling someone, hey, look at this. They've always known something their whole life to be a certain way, and you say, look how it is. And it's mind-blowing. They'll if they're experiencing the Mandela effect, like many of us are, they'll see it now differently, and their whole life, the way they've known it is totally changed now. It's just a totally mind-blowing experience going through the Mandela effect once someone wakes you up to it. And a lot of these things you don't see until they're pointed out to you. All right, so, being able to just choose what you want to hear kind of makes me feel like this. So I just want to throw this in there. So you could do it all by yourself. I mean, you could just decide what you want to hear. You got to go through the playlist. The playlist is totally incredible. There's some incredible examples throughout all these Hear What You Want videos I've done. This is almost, year and a half now that I've been aware of this. And more and more and more examples. You've probably heard things yourself and then heard them another way. And I bet many of you have picked up on this stuff yourself. All right, we're moving on to the night the lights went out in Georgia. So we're going to go with this here. Ready?
That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's the night that they hung an innocent man.
All right, that's the night that they hung an innocent man. That's what I just heard. Maybe you heard something different. If you heard hung like me, maybe you didn't want him to be hung. So, if you didn't want him to be hung, maybe you just want him to be harmed. Well, here you go.
Out in Georgia. That's the night that they hung an innocent man.
All right, I totally just heard that's the night they harmed an innocent man. All right, I'll do that one more time. Maybe you don't want him to be harmed. Maybe you think that he should be hung.
That's the night that they hung an innocent man.
All right, so hear what you want. I understand how crazy this is, okay? This is not a game. It's not a gimmick. I don't know exactly what's happening. I believe it has to do with frequency. The frequency of the planet, the frequency that we're able to attune ourselves to. These are incredible times, everyone, and I don't claim to have all the answers. I'm just bringing this information to you, okay? Our last example is going to be with the Bee Gees. I know everyone knows this song. All right, so here we go. And now it's all right. It's okay. Okay? But maybe you don't want to hear it's okay. Maybe you want to hear that's okay. So let's hear it again. All right? But sometimes, like with this song, maybe you don't want to hear that's okay either. Maybe today you're listening to it and it's all right, that's okay. But tomorrow you play this song and you want to hear I don't care. If you want to hear I don't care, you just think to yourself, now it's all right, I don't care. So you can hear that. So let's see if you can do that. Not everyone's able to, but maybe you are. So here we go. All right, so that's what I have for you today. Incredible examples of Hear What You Want. Fascinating, fascinating phenomenon. Okay, everyone, I almost forgot. Last night, I was sitting in the VIP lounge backstage after the Rip and Rabbit radio show, and Earth Daughter came in, and she presented this, Hear What You Want, to about 4 of us. There was Jerry from Dark Wolf's Den in there, and AJ, myself, and a couple other guys. And she said that she can only hear one particular word. So she played this, and she said, what do you guys hear? So tell me what you hear. Well, don't tell me, but just think about what you hear yourself here.
Welcome to the final show. I hope you're wearing your best clothes.
All right, so she said, well, what did you hear? I hope you're wearing what? And we all said, hope you're wearing your best clothes, which is what the actual lyric is. So she played it again, and I asked her, I said, what are you hearing? And she says, I can only hear coat. I cannot hear clothes. So she's not able to flip it back and forth. She can only hear coat. So she played it again, and guess what all of us heard?
I hope you're wearing your best clothes.
We all heard, I hope you're wearing your best coat with a hard T, coat. It was so crazy. And Earth Daughter was so happy because, I'm so happy that other people can hear what I'm hearing because the song says, I hope you're wearing your best clothes. Here it is on the screen. Your best clothes. Well, just heard your best coat. Clear as day. So that's it, everyone. Go create the reality that you want. This is an amazing phenomenon coinciding with the Mandela effect. Maybe linked, maybe not. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are on this down below. But this is just totally incredible. Incredible times that we're living in. We're experiencing. Totally positive in my mind. I feel sorry for the people that see this as a dark, negative thing that's happening. I understand about half of you feel that way. And I'm sorry that you do, but I understand it. I get it. And a lot of you know that. I understand it. But to me, this is totally positive. This is an incredible time. This is an expansion of awareness and a consciousness shift that I was waiting for and looking forward to since about 2011. And when I got hit in 2016, March, I was just totally mind blown. But I wasn't automatically like, hey, we're shifting consciousness, this is great. No, I was stuck on the couch for 3 days, tripping out. I was like really tripping hard because it's initially really hard to deal with. And many of us learned these things over the past 4 to 5 years when now you got to be really careful because we have a lot of power to someone who's extremely affected. You can just throw like 50 things at them. And man, I know like with AJ in the Rippin' Rabbit Hole and the radio show that I do, I got to be careful. I try not to throw a lot of things at him because he's like 3 months into the Mandela effect. And I know how hard it can be to deal with, but there was no one who could just throw 5, 10 things at us every day, back then. So I try to stay guarded and I try to be careful not to, just bombard somebody with this stuff. Especially in the beginning, you got to go kind of easy. But this is a real phenomenon. It's happening. The people who think they can debunk it or they want to continue to say nothing's happening, well, that's fine. Maybe they'll come around. Maybe they won't. But to those of us experiencing this incredible effect, this incredible phenomenon, we know that it's real. And I think the most important thing is to eventually figure out, well, what can we do with this? And for myself personally, it's reassured me that we really have a lot more control over our reality with our thoughts and beliefs than we ever thought possible. And that's what I've learned from this. And I'm trying to utilize that. And hopefully, we can help people in the future that are having a hard time, that feel like everything's coming down on them. Maybe we can help them out with some positive inspiration about how they're looking at it. It's all how you perceive and decide to look at things. And I know a lot of that's easier said than done, but we really have a lot of power in this, everybody. And you can believe that you don't have much power. God's all the one who chooses what goes on and everything. Well, that's if you want to believe in that, then I guess continue on with that. But I believe God has given us way more power than you ever thought and that your religion might have ever told you had. But I'll stop it here. Stop rambling. Go create the reality that you want, everybody. Talk to everyone soon.